Hello. Welcome to our Q&A for this week. I've had a few conversations with some people and just some questions in regards to, what is the best way to advocate for my child at school? And so I thought this would be an important topic to talk about today as parent-teacher conferences are coming up. I know it's happening in our household as well. Our oldest, theirs is in a couple weeks, I think, and we've been noticing some things. He's in grade 6 this year, so there's been a bit of a shift in the demands in school. And we get these emails from his teachers, and they let us know what's going on, and then we start conversations with our child about the different things that they're doing, and we're realizing really quickly that he's quite lost, and they don't know it and they don't realize it. So we ourselves need to have a conversation with his teachers about the best way to support him. And I think what's important here is, I was a teacher before this, and for, 17 years, I was on that side of the table. And so I can understand, I can see both sides to it. And I think that the way that we need to approach this is, first of all, the language that we use is very important. Our tone is very important. Our body posture is very important. And just letting them know that we're all on the same team, right? We're all there to do what's best for your child and their student. And, just saying these are some of the things that we've noticed. Use a lot of like we, right? Because that really talks about, makes it feel like, you are all on the same team and that you as a group are there to do things to help that your child, and just talk about the things that you're noticing. Um, Talk about maybe if you have some suggestions, you can say, these are some of the things that we've noticed that work at home. What sort of things do you notice at school that work for him? What are some things that we can do for him, or her? Sorry, I'm saying him because of my son, but what are some things that we can do for them in the classroom? How can we help you? How can we best support you? Just talking about it in that sense, but really bringing to their attention that they're lost if they are. I mean, ours is. So we really need to focus on, what can we do as a team to help him, focus on, like, is there a way that you can maybe check for understanding before, at the end of a lesson somehow, because he has a quiz coming up, and this is how it all started. Has a quiz coming up tomorrow, and my husband was like, "Oh, you have a quiz on this," and he was like, "What is that?" We were like, "Oh my gosh, he's gonna be tested on this, and he doesn't even know what it is." So we walked him through it, and we went step by step about what it was, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I get it." And so, but had we not done that, he would have gone and written that test, and he probably would have failed it. And then he would have felt really crappy about himself because he just bombed that test. But he also is a bit nervous. So that's the other thing too. We have to really try and teach our kids to advocate for themselves too. But I find the older they get, the more embarrassed they get. So they don't want to really bring it to their teachers' attention that they don't understand things. So it's a conversation that we need to talk to them and say, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask clarification questions. If you don't understand, you're not going to get in trouble. And but it's also important for us as parents, and I know they're older, and there's always that sense of responsibility where they should be more independent. Yeah, they should, but you know what, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to get to that point. So if we can advocate for them first as well, and if we show them that we're advocating for them, it's really important. But again, just remember language, tone, posture. Everyone's on the same team. What can we do together as a group to help them? What can we do to support you in supporting them? We don't really try really hard not to be like, well, what are you going to do for them? Right? Like we don't want to go into it with that attitude, although in our minds we're like, really, what are you going to do for them? Because it's important. They do need to help as well. It can't all be at home. They spend a good portion of their day at school, so it's really important that their teachers know. But if you're finding that your child is getting a little bit lost and they're not really quite knowing what's going on, just talk to them in those junior high years. Maybe, find whichever subject it is that they're having a difficult time with and speak directly to that teacher, and to say, I just noticed as we were going through their work that they didn't really quite seem to understand it. Is there a way that you can help them with this? Right. So just talking about that, asking for their help, right, treating them like they're the professionals that they are, because they are professionals and they do know what they're doing. But I think it's just important that everybody knows that we're all on the same page. We're here for the student, your child. We want to work together. These are the things that we're noticing that they're having a hard time with. So, anyway, I hope that's helpful. Send me some questions if you want more clarification on that. Keep your questions coming. I love them. I find that it's awesome because it helps me think about, different things that, again, I could be doing more for my own kid too. So, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll see you next week.